Welcome back, guys. We're back to ladder racing. This time it was the Glasgow Crit Circuit, 7 laps. It was the rolling collective and we were racing this time the Dirty Pyrites. What a name, gotta love that name, right? Let's get into it. If you'd like to see more racing videos, especially ladder racing, because I really do like the ladder racing setup actually, like and subscribe and there'll be more videos coming. Let's get into it. So here we are again at the start line. For this one, I'm running the Wake 6560s on the Specialized Tarmac SL8, fully upgraded. And I think we're very similar. I see a couple of people got disc wheels on there. I decided not to go for the disc wheels. I don't think there was anything really in it between disc wheels and Wake 6560s. I don't know, I just put them on. No reason. So, as you see, quick out the gates, everybody pretty much together. Pretty much how it usually starts on these ladder races. Ladder races can be very up and down on how the setup is. Sometimes everybody's just sticking together, and then other times people are just shooting off really strong off the start. I find most of the time though the group does usually hold together for quite a long time, and yeah, look, this is basically how it went. We all pretty much stayed together, jostling for a little bit of tactics, slowing down, speeding up, using the draft. There's no point unless you can shoot off the front and hold the front for the whole time. There is no point usually doing that, because you're just wasting energy being at the front. So as long as you can stick in the middle and hold probably 3rd, 4th, 5th place in the group, you're saving a huge amount of energy while they're burning theirs. I'm not so good at that. I really got to learn that, to do better at that part. I find myself at the front usually, and I don't know if you want to call it an ego thing or if it's just competitiveness or me wanting to be at the front. I don't know what you would call it. Maybe a bit of all of that. But I really got to learn to stay back in the group. Keep with the group, but stay back in the group, because you're not winning anything on a 7-lap race within the first half lap. Unless you're shooting off way ahead of everybody else, just because you're 2 meters in front of somebody makes no difference at all. And I really got to work on that part for myself. But this race was a really fun race. I liked it. I really do. I love ladder racing. I love the strategy part of it. I love to see that you got to work together as a team. There's only you versus them. You're not in a big group. There's nobody pulling away really. Well, I wouldn't say solo, but just like 2 or 3 people gone and that's it. Usually the group is pretty much staying together and everybody's staying together. Sometimes, yeah, I do shoot off the front and I do try to save, get as much time as I can off the front if there's a lot of climbing, because I know as soon as I hit that climb, people are catching up with me fast. So I need that little bit of distance maybe to try and keep that in front. But this one was different. So basically nobody's shooting off in front in this one. We are give or take an average around 40 plus kilometers an hour, an average. Nobody's really pulling away and nobody's dropping off at the moment. Everybody is pretty much holding their own. And as this race goes on, as the next couple of laps go on, I do drop down the power a little bit, try to pull away a little bit, see what people are coming with me, just testing the waters, basically testing to see who my competition is around me, because in the ladder races I like to find the guy that's closest to me in power, and then that's my goal basically. I want to beat that person that's closest to me. If there's somebody that's much faster than me, that's the way it is. But I try to get the person that's closest to me and I make sure that I stick on their tail. I try to stay as close as I can to the front without being off the front too much. I usually end up being off the front quite a lot though, which is not good in these kind of races because I'm just wasting energy and people behind me are conserving energy and feeling strong and good, and I'm burning matches for absolutely no reason at all because I'm not going to win this race on the first 200 meters. That's just not how it works. As you can see, there's a little hill. I wouldn't really say it was a climb, but it was a little bump in the road there. They are pretty strong riders and we are very evenly matched, I think, on power. I do try to drop a little power, see who comes with me. And on the list, the person there's name is Nolan. He is the one that is closest to me that I feel as we're going at the moment. Whether that is the case at the end of this race, we have to see. So now we're on lap 2 out of 7. So we're going to jump forward a little bit because basically this is all that happens now for the next 3 or 4 laps is everybody's staying together. Give or take 3 or 4 meters, bit of yo-yoing here and there, but everybody's staying together. So as we get into halfway through lap 4, now the talk about strategy comes in. So we're all on a Discord call together, so we're chatting around what's going on, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what we trying to guess what they're going to do. And this is where we are deciding what to do. And I was thinking on the 5th lap, just as we get to that top of that first bump, that I would try and just increase the power a little bit, somewhere around 3 watts per kilo, and try to pull away a little bit. See if anybody's actually gonna come with me, or I can build a little bit of a gap. Ideally, we would like to split the group because when you're in a big group, the draft is very strong. Ideally, we would like to split the group, but if that happens or not, got to keep watching, right? Here we go. Start at lap 5. Feeling pretty good. The heart rate's quite high, but usually these ladder races, my heart rate usually is quite high and I'm pushing quite hard. As you see, we're definitely zone 3, 4, stroke 5 on a lot of this. And it is very even. Nobody's pulling away really from each other. It is very, very even. So just as we come up to this top of this little ridge here, this is where my strategy was. I'm going to drop down a little bit of power. Try to keep around 3 watts per kilo, somewhere around that, and see if I can slowly pull away a bit. Now, when I got over the top of that ridge, I don't think they thought I was going to carry on with the power. So I did manage to get a few meters in front, which doesn't really mean much because they were on me. I couldn't shake them at all. They were on the back of me the whole time. So just as we're reaching the end of lap 5, I'm deciding I ain't gonna pull away. I tried it twice now and it didn't work at all. They were within a few, 2-3 meters of me the whole time. So now I know it's coming down to a sprint. So I decided to maybe try and ease up, drop back a bit, try to get behind them, try to keep, let them draft me along, try to save some energy before the sprint. Now, usually on these ladder races, I don't really have much, well, I wouldn't say I don't have much of a sprint in me at the end, but I do have to push really hard through the whole race most of the time on ladder races. And that's no different to this one. They were on us the whole time. We were very evenly matched, I feel. So as you can see, we've crossed again that little lip. That little lip there is where I just sometimes lose a little bit of power or a little bit of distance. But I want to ease off a little bit. I don't want to let them get away, but I want to be behind. When I make a sprint at the end, I want to make sure I'm coming from behind and using as much draft as I can to sprint past as many as I can to try and get, well, hopefully first, but second or third would be fantastic. But it's that draft. That draft is so strong. As you can see, one of them just starts to pull away a little bit. And that's the guy Nolan that I was watching at the beginning that was, I think he's the one that I have to compete with. He's the one that's pushing. He's the one that's been pushing the whole time. And whenever I tried to get a little push, he's been the one that's been right there behind me. So for me, in my mind, he's the one I need to make sure I can beat, and he's the one I need to make sure that I keep up with as close as I can. Whether he's going to be there at the end, that's something different. But we'll have to see about that one. So as we're coming up to the climb for the last time, you can see they're dropping down some speed. I had to put some watts down there just to keep up with them. I'm praying for an aero, and I get it, because I need that aero at the end. As we're getting closer and closer to the sprint, this is where it's going to get interesting. This is where it's going to be that cat and mouse. When do we go? When do we not go? So this is ideally where you want to be just behind everybody so you can see when they're going to go. Right now we're about, 700 meters away. I like to go when we're around 250, 200. That's my 200 is my good sprint. On this course, I know just as we get around the corner, we see the banner. That's where most of the time a lot of people go. I'm holding back a little bit. I see they start popping the feathers up this hill. To me, that tells me they're going to start going soon. I really want to be behind them because I want to use the draft and try to push myself through. Just as we get this around this corner, I know that's usually where I like to take this sprint. We're 400 meters out now. I can see they're starting to drop down just a little bit of more power. And this is it. On the corner, go. Stand up, get pushing. I mean, I'm hitting around 10.5 watts per kilo, which is really good for me. I use the draft. I use the aero boost. I go past the first two and I just get the guy right at the end. Fantastic strategy for my sprint. I went at the right time. I went right behind as soon as they started going, and I kept up with them, and I pitted the guy right at the end, which I was really happy about. I mean, I got here 9.3 for 15 seconds. That's almost my PB. I only beat him by 0.57 of a second, so it was really close. Between third and fourth, again, it was 0.4 of a second. And between 7th and 6th, it was 0.03 of a second. So the sprints this time were so close. So close. At the end of it, we actually lost 25-27, which it is what it is, you know, you can't win every race. But when you push full out as a team and the whole team is pushing full out, I don't mind losing like that. I mean, nobody likes losing, but I don't mind when I know everybody's pushing as hard as they can, including myself. You know, it was a great race and they just pitted us on points at the end, but everybody did the best, the maximum they could. You can't ask for more from a group like this. I'm on the edge now of actually going into platinum. I think maybe I've got 3 races before I might push myself over that line into platinum. I don't really want to do that though, because I want to stay with this group. I like this group of riders. They are a fantastic group. I've been with them for a long time now, and I really like this group. But also, you know, I can't help, it is what it is. If it goes into platinum, I've got to change groups. That's just it. But hopefully I can stay with them for a bit longer, because I really do like this group of people. They're great fun to race with. So yeah, that was Glasgow Crit race. No, that was the Glasgow Crit Circuit on the ladder race. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up there. If you'd like to see more ladder races, we do race quite often. Like and subscribe. Check out more content. We will be racing again. I think I won't be racing the rest of this week. I think I race again in about 4 or 5 days time, somewhere around that. But the group will be racing again, I think, in a couple of days time, I think. So yeah, check out the Rolling Collective YouTube channel for all the other crit racing and racing content. I will leave the link in the description. Go check them out. And I will catch you in the next one. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you want to see more content. I'll catch you in the next one.